I helped three of my closest friends implement their divorce plans over the past 2 years, and I watched each of their husbands miss every single warning sign until it was way too late. These women spent months, sometimes over a year, methodically preparing for their exits, while their husbands believed they were working on strengthening their marriages. Make sure you watch until the end because I guarantee your wife is already doing at least one of these 4 preparation steps right now, and if she's doing 3 or more, she's probably already consulted with a divorce attorney. Before I reveal what these women are actually doing behind closed doors, hit that subscribe button so you'll know the truth about what's happening in your own home, smash that like button, and let me know in the comments, what city are you watching from? Now, let's dive into what your wife might be planning. The first sign she's preparing for divorce will shock you. Most relationship advice tells you to look for obvious signs, but I've watched my friends implement these exact plans with their husbands. As a woman, I know exactly how we prepare when we've mentally checked out. By the time she files papers, she's been strategically positioning herself for months. Every question about finances is information gathering for her divorce attorney. Preparation sign. Number 1. Financial information gathering and asset documentation. The first thing that starts happening is she suddenly becomes very interested in your financial details. She starts asking about your retirement accounts because she wants to plan our future together. But she's actually documenting every asset for her attorney. She'll offer to help organize your tax documents, suddenly show interest in your business revenue. What she's really doing is taking photos of every bank statement, investment account, and credit card balance when you're not around. The sophisticated ones create hidden folders with screenshots of your financial information. I watched one friend spend 3 months photographing her husband's pay stubs and retirement statements. She built a complete financial profile for her lawyer. Financial information is power in divorce court, which is exactly why she's gathering it months before you suspect anything. I remember one case where she spent 8 months asking innocent questions about his business revenue. She convinced him she was just trying to be more supportive of his work. Meanwhile, she was building a comprehensive asset report that helped her attorney demand exactly half of everything he'd worked for. Pay attention to these sudden financial interests. If she's asking detailed questions about accounts she never cared about before, she's building a case file. Preparation sign number 2, strategic memory and evidence collection against you. The second thing that starts happening is she becomes a human recording device for your worst moments. She starts taking photos and videos of you during arguments, when you're drinking, when you're stressed from work, basically any time you look less than perfect as a husband or father. Here's what she says versus what she's actually doing. She claims she's just trying to document our family memories, but she's actually building a case file of evidence to use against you in court. She starts keeping detailed journals of every argument, documenting dates, times, exact quotes. Some even use voice recording apps on their phones during fights. The sophisticated ones document conversations during disagreements, save text message arguments, and track your daily patterns with photos and timestamps. I know women who kept spreadsheets tracking what they called problematic behaviors. What makes this so dangerous is she's building a narrative that paints you as a problematic partner and parent. Every photo, every recording is carefully selected to support her story that you're the problem. I once watched a friend document her husband's anger issues for 6 months. She would deliberately start arguments right before important work meetings, then record his frustrated responses. Her attorney used these recordings to argue for primary custody and higher alimony payments. Pay attention to her sudden interest in documenting your behavior. If she's taking photos or videos during arguments, she's gathering evidence against you. Preparation sign. Number 3, creating independent living infrastructure. The third thing that happens is she starts building a completely separate financial life while pretending to be committed to your marriage. She opens bank accounts, in her name only, starts building credit history, separately from your joint accounts, and begins researching living situations she could afford on her own. She tells you she wants to Become more financially independent for your family's future. But what she's really doing is creating the infrastructure to leave you without depending on your income or assets. She starts quietly selling personal items to build cash reserves, researches apartments in her price range, and looks up school districts if you have kids. The sophisticated ones even start building their career momentum. If she's been working part-time, she suddenly wants full-time hours. If she's been a stay-at-home mum, she starts talking about going back to work to help the family financially. She's actually positioning herself to be financially independent when she files for divorce. I remember one case where she spent 14 months building her plan. She went from part-time to full-time work, opened 3 separate accounts, and had already put deposits on apartments before her husband knew anything was wrong. Pay attention to her sudden interest in financial independence and career advancement. If she's building resources she doesn't need for your current life together, she's planning a different life without you. Preparation. Sign number 4, establishing post-divorce social and professional networks. The 4th sign is the most emotionally strategic because she starts building relationships with people who will support her decision to leave you. She suddenly becomes best friends with divorced women who understand her situation and starts creating social connections that don't include you as a couple. She tells you she's just making new friends, but what she's really doing is surrounding herself with women who will validate her complaints about your marriage and encourage her to leave. This isn't just about casual friendships. She starts spending hours on the phone with divorced women who share their settlement stories, attorney recommendations, and strategies for winning custody battles. These conversations are disguised as girl talk, but they're actually coaching sessions for her upcoming divorce. But here's what makes this preparation so dangerous. She's creating an echo chamber of people who will tell her she's making the right decision to leave. Every conversation with these divorced friends reinforces her belief that you're the problem and that she deserves better. I once watched a friend spend 10 months building what she called her divorce support team. She befriended 6 different divorced women and started seeing a therapist who specialized in helping women leave unhappy marriages. By the time she filed papers, she had an entire network of people cheering her on. Pay attention to her new friendships and social activities. If she's suddenly spending time with divorced women and building relationships that exclude you, she's preparing her emotional support system for leaving. By the time you're witnessing systematic preparation for independence, you're not dealing with a woman who's committed to working on your relationship. Each question about finances, each new friendship with divorced women, each sudden career move represents months of strategic planning for life without you. Your time and emotional energy are too valuable to invest in someone who's already mentally moved on and is just waiting for the right moment to execute her exit strategy. When someone spends months collecting information about your assets, building their independence, and positioning themselves as the victim, they've already decided your relationship is over. The question isn't whether she's preparing for divorce, it's whether you're going to keep ignoring all the preparation happening right in front of you. If these signs opened your eyes to what might be happening in your own relationship, subscribe so you don't miss the daily videos that could save your marriage or protect your assets. Hit that like button if this helped you, and share your experience in the comments. Have you noticed any of these preparation signs in your own home?